Could teenagers soon replace deported migrants in our workforce? A Senate bill that narrowly advanced in the legislature aims to ease child labor laws, allowing minors to work more hours. The governor thinks it could fill positions left vacant by having fewer undocumented immigrants.
CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones is in the Redland with how a local teen is hoping this helps his quest of finding employment.
I talked to a 17-year-old who is working with his dad over spring break to make a little extra cash. He says he's been looking for work unsuccessfully for 2 years, and a law like this could have helped him. Alex Jesse is no stranger to labor. He's been on track loaders like this since he was 7 years old. Instead of spring break fun, he's working to restore the Pine Rocklands, working for his dad's company because finding work hasn't been easy.
I've applied to Publix, Walmart, and different places, food franchises.
And all of them tell you you're too young?
Yeah.
Tuesday, the state legislature advanced the bill that would allow 16 and 17-year-olds to work more than 8 hours a day on school nights and 30 hours a week without mandated breaks. It would also allow 14 and 15-year-olds that have graduated from high school, are homeschooled, or attend virtual schools.
It's already there.
What's wrong with expecting our young people to be working part-time now? I mean, that's how it used to be when I was growing up.
The idea is that with this bill, low-wage or undesirable jobs once filled with migrants now get filled with younger workers, a solution Governor Ron DeSantis supports.
I don't think the at night late working and going to school doesn't sound to me to be something conducive for a young person.
McNaghy is the owner of Mixed Greens.
We farm about 100 acres of tree farming.
He employs younger workers, but says they need balance.
I'm all for
I agree.
after school agricultural work, but
I agree.
If I had my way, I'd make sure they stay in school too.
Jesse says if a law like Senate Bill 918 existed 2 years ago, it could have helped him prepare for his future as a welder.
I would have been able to be employed, make money, so I'm able to afford a car, have the things that I'd like. I either want to go out to the oil rigs and weld underwater or do the pipelines.
Critics of this bill believe that this will lead to sleep deprivation of children, academic decline, even added pressure for those working to help their families. This bill will now head before 2 separate committees before going before the full Senate for a vote. In the Redland, I'm Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
So, Hakeem, your thoughts on this? Shout out to the lovely Mimi. Mimi was the one that gave me this topic,
from CBS News Miami.
I was really shocked. I was shocked. I was literally shocked about it when she sent it to me. I couldn't believe it was an actual bill, but it is, and it's bill SB 918. So if you want to look at this bill, it is there, and it is public for everybody. It is on public record. But Hakeem, your thoughts on this bill?
I'm a bit 50-50, and I'm looking at why he said kids are safer working at night than being into the streets, and I understand.
Which is true. A good point. Why I agree. Go ahead, Hakeem.
But why? The biggest thing is this is going to affect black kids more than ever. We're going to see more and more black kids drop out of school to work and to stick to a job. And I don't think that's the best
thing. Good point too, Hakeem. You know what I mean? Good point. I get the point.
Like I remember one of my closest friends, as soon as we got a job in high school, I remember this vividly. We was going to high school. We both got the job. He quit high school to work the job. And I finished high school and he didn't. So I don't want kids to think that. I know the pressures of life might get you to say, oh, I got a job now. But there needs to be a balance. My parents are always very fortunate enough. We have to focus on school. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of kids who might be in the streets who are able to get a job, because we know there's a lot of kids who come from bad homes at 14 would be able to get off the streets. But there's no focus on education. That's the issue.
Now that, but shout out to Anthony Brown Logan. Right now he wrote a comment on one of the when give me some of the information. He put in the comment. He said we watch Chinese kids growing up behind the counter at a food stall. So why do we act like children can't work at the age of 14? Which you do make a good point, because Chinese kids, even right now, if you go to a Chinese restaurant, they're working behind the counter and they be working there late night, and they still get good grades in school and still become prosperous. Some, not all, but some of them do become prosperous in life. Why is that?
I want to ask Logan. And Logan has a point though. But
he do have a point.
He has a point, but Logan, that's cultural. The Indians and the Chinese, you gotta work and do your schoolwork at the same time.
Haitian people do the same to you too, Hakeem. I was working since the age of 9.
No, we
and I
still
had to go to school.
But here's the thing: for Black Americans, the focus on education has not been that. If a kid gets a job, he has a job, and that's all he's going to do. When we know education is going to take you to a new height.
True. No, but and also with this bill as well, they will be removing mandatory meal breaks for 16 and 17-year-olds, so they don't have the mandatory break, so they're gonna be going to break like regular adults. So in the time we go to break like every 30, I think it's every 6 hours you take a 30-minute break. Same thing goes for them as well. Some people don't even take breaks, but yeah, but it's required by law for you to take a 30-minute break, and I think it's also additional 10 minutes break if I'm not mistaken in the state of Florida. But I could be wrong. Somebody could correct me on that. And also when it comes to